Have you ever heard someone ask, "How was your weekend?" and suddenly your mind goes completely blank?
You know the words Saturday and Sunday, you know the grammar, but somehow you still don't know what to say.
Maybe you answer with, "It was good," and then silence.
Or maybe you say nothing special, even though you actually did a lot of interesting things.
Honestly, this happens to English learners every single day. The problem isn't your vocabulary. It isn't your grammar either.
So what is the real problem?
Today, we're going to solve it together. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to talk about your weekend naturally and confidently.
And you'll also learn useful expressions that native English speakers use in everyday conversations.
But here's something interesting. Most people make one small mistake when talking about their weekend, and it instantly makes the conversation stop.
Today, we'll show you how to avoid that mistake.
Enthusiastic. Stay with us, because each example gets more natural than the last.
Welcome back to English TalkHub, where David and I help you build real English confidence through natural conversations.
Friendly. This episode is perfect if you've ever felt nervous when someone asks about your weekend.
Encouraging. Don't worry about making perfect sentences. Today is all about speaking naturally, one step at a time.
Warm. We'll practice useful vocabulary, real conversations, and speaking exercises that you can use immediately.
Gentle. And if these podcast lessons help you improve your English, subscribe to English TalkHub. We share new English practice every week.
Playful. Ready?
Laughing. Let's get started.
Thoughtful. David, I have a question.
Curious. Go ahead.
Honest. Why do so many English learners freeze when someone asks such a simple question?
Reflective. I think it's because they believe they need to tell a long, perfect story.
Exactly.
But real conversations usually begin with very simple answers.
Native speakers don't prepare speeches.
Smiling. They simply share small pieces of information.
And then they ask another question.
Enthusiastic. That's how conversations continue naturally.
Energetic. Let's ask everyone listening.
Playful. Imagine I ask you right now. Curious. How was your weekend?
Warm. Pause the podcast for 5 seconds and think of your answer.
Supportive. Did you answer with only one word?
Gentle. That's completely normal.
Encouraging. By the end of today's episode, you'll have many more ways to answer that question. Reflective. This reminds me of something that happened when I was learning another language.
Really? Tell us.
Honest. A classmate asked me what I did over the weekend. Soft. I wanted to say that I went hiking, visited my grandparents, watched a movie, and cooked dinner. Embarrassed. But instead, I smiled and said, it was good.
That's it?
That's all I could think of.
I think every language learner has had a moment like that.
Laughing. Absolutely. Worm, the funny thing is, I knew all the vocabulary. Reflective. I just didn't know how to connect the ideas naturally.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're going to practice today.
Encouraging. We'll start with simple conversations and slowly build your confidence.
Curious. First, let's learn the easiest way to answer the question, "How was your weekend?" without overthinking every word. Enthusiastic. Let's begin with the easiest way to answer the question, "How was your weekend?"
Curious. Many learners think they need a long answer.
Agreed. But in real life, most people start with a short sentence and then add one interesting detail.
Thoughtful. So instead of saying only, it was good, you can build your answer naturally.
Warm. Listen to these examples. Clear. It was great. I spent time with my family.
Clear. It was relaxing. I stayed home and watched a movie.
Clear. It was busy. I had a lot of errands to finish.
Clear. It was exciting. I went hiking with some friends.
Encouraging. Notice something?
Curious. Every answer has two parts.
Agreed. First, describe your weekend.
Explaining. Then tell one thing you did.
Warm. That's enough to keep the conversation going.
Cheerful coworker. Good morning, David. How was your weekend?
Relaxed. It was really nice. I visited my parents and we had dinner together.
Interested. That sounds lovely. What did you eat?
Smiling. We had grilled chicken, rice, and homemade dessert.
Impressed. Wow, that sounds delicious.
Laughing. It really was.
Thoughtful. Did you notice how one simple answer created a longer conversation?
Encouraging. You don't need complicated vocabulary.
Warm. You only need one extra detail.
Try this today. Enthusiastic. Finish this sentence. My weekend was blank because I blank.
Gentle. Say it out loud.
Vocabulary boost. Clear. Here are some useful adjectives. Relaxing. Busy. Wonderful. Productive. Exciting. Peaceful. Fun. Memorable.
Encouraging. Try replacing good with one of these words.
Playful. Quick challenge.
Curious. Which answer sounds more natural?
Clear.
It was good.
Clear. It was relaxing. I spent time reading a new book.
Laughing. I think we all know the answer.
Exactly. The second answer paints a picture. Curious. But what if someone asks another question?
Excited. That's where many learners become nervous.
Dramatic. Let's fix that next.
Teaching point 2. Keep the conversation going. Thoughtful. Conversations are like a game of tennis.
Laughing. You don't hold the ball forever.
Agreed. You send it back.
Explaining. In English conversations, you answer the question.
Explaining. And then ask one back.
Warm. Listen carefully. Character. Hey, Emma, how was your weekend?
Character. It was fantastic. I went to the beach with my cousins.
Character. That sounds fun.
Character. It really was. How about you?
Character. Mine was pretty quiet. I stayed home and watched the football match.
Character. Nice. Which team were you supporting?
Character. Manchester City.
Character. Laughing. I should have guessed.
Thoughtful. Did you notice the magic phrase?
Enthusiastic. How about you?
Exactly. 3 simple words can keep a conversation alive. Clear. What did you do? Where did you go? Who did you go with? Did you enjoy it? Would you do it again?
Encouraging. You don't need to memorize all of them today.
Supportive. Learn 1 or 2, then start using them in real conversations.
Mini practice. Curious. I'll answer first. Clear. My weekend was exciting. I visited a science museum.
Warm. Great. Now, ask me one follow-up question.
Encouraging. Did you think of what was your favorite part? Perfect.
Animated. Let's make this more interesting.
Playful. Imagine your favorite actor asks you, how was your weekend?
Laughing. Would you still answer, it was good?
Laughing. Probably not.
Warm. You'd naturally give more details.
Encouraging. That's exactly the habit we're building today.
Curious. Now, let's learn how to tell a short weekend story that sounds natural without using difficult English.
Teaching point 3. Tell a simple weekend story. Thoughtful. Here's an easy formula.
Clear. First, what did you do? Second, who were you with? Third, how did you feel?
Agreed. That's it. 3 simple ideas.
Example story. Warm. My weekend was wonderful. On Saturday, I met 2 old friends at a cafe. We talked for hours and shared lots of funny memories. On Sunday, I relaxed at home and watched a documentary. I felt refreshed and ready for a new week.
Impressed. That's only 5 sentences.
Agreed. Simple English. Natural English. Real English.
Character. Teacher. David, tell us about your weekend.
Character. Sure. My weekend was productive. I cleaned my apartment. Then I went shopping with my sister. Later, we cooked dinner together. I really enjoyed spending time with my family.
Character. Excellent. That sounded very natural.
Try it yourself. Encouraging. Now it's your turn. Tell us, what did you do? Who were you with? How did you feel?
Playful. Here's a fun challenge. Describe your weekend without using the word good.
Laughing. It's harder than you think.
Warm. But it's one of the fastest ways to improve your English.
Curious. In the next part, we'll practice speaking together with shadowing exercises, real pronunciation practice, and complete conversations you can repeat with us.
Great job so far. Now it's time for one of the most important parts of today's episode.
We're going to practice speaking together.
Don't worry about sounding perfect.
Just listen carefully
Repeat after us.
and enjoy the process.
My weekend was really relaxing. My weekend was really relaxing.
Excellent. Let's do another one. I spent time with my family. I spent time with my family.
Nice. Keep going. I watched a great movie on Saturday. I watched a great movie on Saturday.
You're doing great. Quick question. Which word is easier for you to pronounce? Relaxing or productive?
Everyone has a different answer.
Keep practicing. Your pronunciation will improve step by step. We went to a beautiful park. We went to a beautiful park.
It was one of the best weekends I've had. It was one of the best weekends I've had.
How about your weekend? How about your weekend? Listening challenge.
Ready for a listening challenge?
Listen carefully. Don't repeat yet. Just listen. Last Saturday, I visited my grandparents in the countryside. We cooked lunch together, played card games, and spent the afternoon in the garden. On Sunday, I stayed home, finished a good book, and prepared for work. It was a peaceful weekend.
Here's your question. What did Emma do on Sunday? A. She went shopping. B. She stayed home and finished a book. C. She traveled to another city.
The correct answer is...
B. She stayed home and finished a good book.
If you understood that, fantastic. If not, don't worry. Listening gets easier every time you practice.
Real Life Roleplay 1, Monday at school. Hi, Emma. How was your weekend?
It was wonderful. I visited my cousins and we had a picnic in the park.
That sounds like fun. What was your favorite part?
We played volleyball and took lots of photos.
Nice. The weather must have been beautiful.
It really was. How about your weekend?
Mine was pretty quiet. I stayed home and practiced my English.
That's a great way to spend the weekend.
Useful expressions. Instead of saying, it was good, try saying, it was relaxing, it was pretty busy, it was amazing, it was unforgettable, it was peaceful, it was productive.
Small vocabulary changes make a big difference. Real life roleplay 2, coffee shop conversation. Hey David, long time no see. How was your weekend?
It was exciting. I finally went hiking after months of planning.
Really? Where did you go?
To a mountain trail just outside the city.
Was it difficult?
A little, but the view at the top was worth it.
I'd love to try that someday.
You definitely should.
Mini speaking challenge. Your turn. Answer these 3 questions aloud. Question 1. How was your weekend? Question 2. What was the best part? Question 3. What are your plans for next weekend?
Natural conversation tips. Remember, a good conversation isn't about using difficult words.
It's about sharing simple ideas clearly.
Even 3 or 4 sentences can create a meaningful conversation.
Confidence grows every time you speak.
If you're finding these speaking exercises helpful, make sure you're subscribed to English TalkHub.
Every week, we practice real English conversations that help you speak more naturally and confidently.
The more you practice with us, the more comfortable English will start to feel.
One last challenge before we finish. Describe your weekend using 3 different adjectives. For example, relaxing, productive, memorable.
Everyone has a different answer.
In our final part, we'll review everything you've learned today, practice one last conversation together, and leave you with a simple challenge to use English in your real life this week.
Before we finish today's episode, let's listen to one complete conversation from beginning to end.
This is the kind of conversation you could have at work, at school, or with a friend on Monday morning.
As you listen, notice how simple the English is.
You don't need difficult words to sound natural.
Good morning, Emma. It's great to see you. How was your weekend?
Good morning, David. It was really relaxing. I spent most of my time with my family.
That sounds wonderful. What did you do together?
On Saturday, we had a barbecue in the backyard. Then we watched an old comedy movie together in the evening.
That sounds like a perfect weekend.
It really was. What about you?
Mine was quite productive. I cleaned my apartment, finished reading a book, and went for a long walk on Sunday afternoon.
Nice. Did you enjoy the walk?
Yes, the weather was beautiful, and it helped me relax before the new week started.
Sometimes the simple weekends are the best ones.
I completely agree.
Thanks for sharing your weekend with me.
Anytime. Let's see how much you remember.
I'll ask 3 quick questions. Question 1. Instead of saying it was good, can you think of another adjective?
Great. Maybe you said relaxing, busy, amazing, peaceful, productive, fantastic, wonderful, or memorable?
Question 2. What's one simple question you can ask after answering, "How was your weekend?"
Exactly. How about you? It's short, friendly, and keeps the conversation going.
Final question. How many parts are in a simple weekend story?
That's right. What did you do? Who were you with? How did you feel?
Quick vocabulary review. Let's review today's useful words one more time.
Relaxing, productive, peaceful, busy, exciting, memorable, fantastic, wonderful.
Try using at least 3 of these words this week when someone asks about your weekend.
Your weekly speaking challenge. Here's your English TalkHub challenge for this week.
Every Monday, answer these 3 questions in English.
How was your weekend? What did you do? What was your favorite moment?
You can answer out loud, write your answers in a notebook, or even record yourself on your phone.
The important thing is to practice consistently.
Remember, confidence doesn't come from knowing more grammar.
It comes from using the English you already know. Before you leave, let's practice together one last time. Repeat after me. My weekend was relaxing. My weekend was relaxing.
I spent time with my friends. I spent time with my friends.
How about your weekend? How about your weekend?
Excellent. If you repeated those sentences, you've already practiced real English today.
Today, we learned that talking about your weekend doesn't have to be difficult.
You don't need long, complicated sentences.
Start with a simple description.
Add 1 or 2 details.
Ask a follow-up question.
And most importantly, practice speaking a little every week.
Small conversations lead to big improvements.
Every time you speak English, you're becoming more confident.
Keep going, even if you make mistakes.
Smiling. Every conversation is another step towards fluency. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what was the best part of your last weekend?
Try to answer in 2 or 3 English sentences. Don't worry about being perfect. Just practice.
We read every comment, and it's always inspiring to see learners from around the world practicing together.
Thank you for spending time with us today on English TalkHub.
If this episode helped you feel more confident about talking in English, be sure to join us again next week for another real-life English conversation.
Until then, keep listening,
Keep speaking,
keep practicing.
and remember,
Every conversation brings you one step closer to speaking English naturally.
we'll see you in the next English TalkHub podcast. Goodbye.
Take care and have an amazing week.